What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/IDon'tWorkHereLady. This story's called, Lady, Students Don't Have to Follow the Student Dress Code. Backstory. I'm a high school senior at a magnet technical school, meaning it's filled with smart kids who don't want to try. I got a position as an intern at the school's IT department for over the summer and for the last hour and a half of each school day. That counted as technical credits. I needed 6 of them to graduate. Gotta love work-based learning. Also, 3 years ago, almost all of our administrators got fired for embezzlement. This will be important. This happened on Thursday, and I thought this would fit here. Story time. I was doing my job installing new printer cartridges and color printers in classrooms in the 400s hall, commonly known as the science hallway, and was having a chat with my chemistry teacher from last year who happened to have a planning period and wanted to know about the events I was looking into for this year's Science Olympiad. My team has won county for the last 4 years running. Very proud. It's also important to note that I am not dressed like teachers are supposed to be. The teacher's dress code meant no sweats, no tank tops, no jeans except on Fridays. Basically, just dress generally put together. My boss in the IT office was wearing clothes and shoes that weren't open-toed. The clothes part could probably have been negotiated. Love my boss. This particular Thursday, I was wearing joggers and a flannel over a tank top. The only thing I had going for me in the category of looking like a teacher was my ID badge. A student ID in the school-issued plastic sleeve on a retractable lanyard, the same that are issued to teachers. That I only got because the box of them lives in one of the full-time IT guy's desk drawer, and he gave all 4 interns them when we first started in June. And my badge, while it had NFC in it to let me in and out of the school, the IT office, server rooms, etc., is obviously different from teacher IDs, even on a first glance. I also had a radio clipped onto my pants waistband. Note, the only people who have radio are admins, department heads, and maintenance people, not teachers. While I was talking to my old chem teacher, an older-looking lady walked past us. She didn't say anything at the time, but clearly was giving us the side-eye. I didn't think much of her since she was obviously a sub. My school has only a little over 1,000 students, so not that big. And while I don't know all the substitutes, you tend to catch on to the regulars. And she didn't say anything when she walked past. I didn't think anything of it. I finished my conversation and started to head back to the office. I get a call over the radio from another intern, asking me to pick up a spare monitor from one of the storage rooms, casually known as IDFC. Not my idea, because my direct boss stabbed another monitor with a knife. Long story. Probably will post the story to Tales from Tech Support one of these days, but I literally just made a Reddit account, but The door to IDFC was clearly labeled Authorized Personnel Only. It needed a valid key card, not physical keys, in order to get in. My ID has clearance for this door. Regular teachers' ID cards won't let you in. I'm about to let myself in, texting the other intern to get her to send me a picture of the stabbed monitor so I know what type I need to pick up. Then, suddenly, here comes a substitute teacher around the corner, spotting me with my phone in one hand and ID in the other. She comes storming over to me. From here on out, me will be me. Annoying substitute will be annoying substitute. Chill boss will be my chill boss. Favorite administrator will be favorite administrator. Intern friend will be my intern friend. What do you think you're doing? What? That door clearly states that teachers aren't allowed. Why would you think that you could go into off-limits room when you look like that? Me, visibly confused. Look, I don't know what your problem is. I'm just doing my job. Is there something I can help you with? You can start by not dressing like a gang member. What sort of influence are you being to impressionable children? You should be fired. I don't understand. I'm just trying to work. Nothing I'm wearing is against dress code. I'm assuming she might have seen a slip of shoulder if my flannel had slipped a little. I will report you to the principal. What do you think you are doing, wearing sweatpants? What sort of teacher are you? I'm finally understanding. Oh, wait. I'm not a teacher. I'm an intern. We don't have a dress code other than the school dress code. Don't lie to me. You're just trying to not get fired. Give me that walkie-talkie. I need to call the principal. Nope, I don't need this. Please let me do my job. Teachers aren't allowed to use radio unless it's an emergency.
Give me that!
Annoying sub grabs the radio out of my hand and hits the call button. The radio is pre-tuned to channel 3, the IT channel. Admins are on channel 11.
I need the principal outside room 4XX. There's a teacher trying to break into a room.
Over the radio, my boss responds, confused. What? OP, what's going on? I managed to wrestle back the radio and call for my boss. Chill boss, can you come down to IDFC? I need a hand. Really soon, please. At this point, annoying sub throws my radio across the hallway, and because the intern radios are always the crappiest ones available, the battery pops out. So I have no way of knowing if help is coming, and annoying substitute is still screaming in my face. Unfortunately, I'm 3 feet down from the door that only I will be able to get into, and annoying sub is still forcing me farther away, screeching at me. It seems hopeless. Until here comes favorite administrator turning the corner, attracted by the yelling. A note about favorite administrator. After an embezzlement scandal mid-year that led to only like 2 admins still standing, a science teacher just so happened to have another degree that qualified him for the admin job. This man was a fabulous teacher, and while I never had him, intern friend did. And I knew him well by association with intern friend even before I got the job. During the summer, he was one of the admins that was there pretty consistently, and since he's always been pretty friendly to me. So favorite admin turns the corner, like an avenging angel, and sees me, obviously trying to do my job, and this annoying sub losing her mind in front of me. He immediately comes over and tries to see what is wrong, and because she's an actual employee, he goes to the annoying sub first. What is going on here?
This teacher is acting inappropriately in front of impressionable students. She's trying to break into and steal things from this off-limits room.
OP, what are you trying to do? Oh, thank God, Mr. Favorite Admin. I'm just trying to get a monitor for Chill Boss out of IDFC. IDFC? Did literal highest level IT guy in the district who works in the same office as Chill Boss, intern friend, and me.
Come up with that?
Never mind. Annoying sub, aren't you supposed to be in a class right now? OP is just doing her job. She's an intern here. It's not like she's skipping class or anything. Annoying sub suddenly gets calm and collected, trying to explain to favorite administrator that I was a disgrace of a teacher, which I'm not, and I was a bad influence, debatable, and I should be fired. I would like to go home all the time and was totally down for this. Chill boss and intern friend only just now round the corner onto the scene, just in time to watch me get down on my hands and knees and put the radio back together, while annoying sub tries to defend herself to favorite administrator. Intern friend makes sure I'm okay and then gets the monitor to actually finish the ticket we were working on. Chill boss helps me fix my radio and starts defending me to the annoying sub. I was a little shaken up and don't remember that much about the following conversation, but the gist of it was, annoying sub was upset that I was exempt from the dress code rules for teachers and employees, and that I had access to rooms that she didn't have. But then, a security guard comes around the corner. Apparently, annoying sub had left her classroom of freshmen to go to the bathroom, and when a student had an emergency dismissal and the classroom was called, they realized she had left unattended students. Hella not allowed. The security guard had gone down to the classroom to investigate, found it teacherless, and had checked the security cameras. The result, annoying sub ended up getting fired. Favorite admin apologized to me on her behalf. My chill boss gave me some Jolly Ranchers and let me chill for the rest of the workday because I was pretty shaken up, and then let me stab the broken monitor. I haven't seen that sub since, and I am glad. What it sounds like to me is that the little minuscule amount of power annoying sub had went to her head, and she got jealous that an intern student thing had more power than her. That's funny. That's funny. I swear there are some teachers that are only teachers because they love the power they have. Oh, but don't get me wrong, I love every single one of the teachers I've ever had, substitutes included. They were all amazing, all very nice, and I think they should get more love and, more pay, obviously. This story's called Contractor Lost a Deal Because He Doesn't Believe That I Don't Work Here. This happened a long time ago, and my dad likes to bring it up as a teaching tool on why you should always be polite no matter how the other person is dressed. Anyways, my dad is also CEO of a construction company. Here's the cast. Dad,
Idiot Contractor,
who I think I'll christen as Chad, Receptionist Kim,
Regular Office Worker, Walt,
and me, a maligned spawn. Setting: my dad's company's reception area. Little background: I had an internship that was near my dad's office, but growing up, I never stopped by my dad's office, ever, so his colleagues know that he has a kid but doesn't know how I look. So, here goes. My internship ended way earlier than expected, and I called my dad to see if he would like to grab lunch with me before I head home. He said yes, but let me know that he's in a meeting and might take a while. I was fine, said I'll wait in the lobby till he's done. Cue me stepping into the reception area and telling the receptionist that I'm here waiting on someone. Okay, do you want me to call whoever you're waiting on so they know you're here? No thank you, he already knows I'm waiting. So I settle down on one of the nice couches and pull out a folder from my internship and read. I then spy the nice coffee maker and decided to make myself some coffee. Then in comes Chad, basically storming into the place like he owns it.
Kim, hey, I'm here. Call Walt and let him know. I need to go over some stuff with him before presentation.
The receptionist was polite and got on the phone quickly to call Walt, I presume.
And you, make me a coffee. I take it black.
Since I was a dumb booty, and again, I don't work here, I didn't realize he was speaking to me.
You, miss.
I look up.
Yes, you. Make me a cup of coffee, black.
No thank you. I'm just waiting on someone. I have no idea why he thinks I work there, as I'm dressed way too casually to be working there at all. All the ladies wear business suits, and I'm there in jeans and a casual top.
What do you mean, no? Do you know who I am? I have a contract with this company. I will tell your boss you are rude and you won't have a job at all.
The poor receptionist looked horrified and tried to defuse the situation. Chad, I just called Walt and he's on his way down. Why don't you take a seat?
I don't believe this. Is she,
gestures at me,
here for an interview? She's not gonna get the job now. That's the problem with people just starting out. No respect, and some racial slurs here and there.
I just ignored him and sat down, sipping my coffee. Just then, Walt shows up, hearing the tirade.
What's going on? This girl,
gestures to me, sipping coffee again,
is rude and disrespectful. I told her to make me a coffee and she refuses.
Walt, she said. He waves off Kim.
I'll take care of this. Don't worry about it. Now, miss.
Looks at me while I stare at him with my eyebrows raised slightly. I probably look like a bench because I was getting annoyed as hell.
Chad here is a very important person at this company. Are you here for an interview? Go get him the coffee and I'll talk to HR about this, okay?
I don't work here, nor do I want to. I'm waiting for someone. Walt asks Kim,
who's she waiting for?
Before Kim could answer,
probably her boyfriend. Probably one of the new guys. Poor dude. Now, miss, you're making things difficult for your friend.
He said it in a condescending tone.
When you're rude to his bosses at work, your boyfriend could be fired for this.
At this point, my eyebrows just rose higher and higher. Thankfully, my dad walked into the lobby with a colleague of his that I've known since I was a kid, Uncle M. Boss, going to lunch now?
Yes.
He sees me getting berated by two guys.
What happened? Nothing, boss. Just some new guy's girlfriend who's rude to Chad. I'll talk to him and get it sorted, and Chad and I will have the presentation ready after lunch. Boyfriend?
Daddy, he, referring to Chad, got angry when I said I'm not making him coffee because I don't work here. He kept going on, and Walt here thinks I'm somebody's girlfriend and said he's gonna get him fired because I don't want to make coffee. Yeah, I know, I do the whole daddy spoiled girl thing when I'm mad, and frankly, I'm really annoyed at those idiots' condescending attitudes. Both Chad and Walt's faces went ghost white when they realized I'm waiting for their CEO, who happens to be my dad. Uncle M says to Kim,
Is that true? I heard some shouting.
Kim nods her head.
OP, are you here for lunch with your dad?
I nod my head.
Okay, so why don't you both go and I'll take care of this. Walt, Chad, my office, now.
My dad left and I had to spend the whole lunch explaining what had happened. My dad didn't say much, but I can tell he's not happy. He told me not to worry and he'll get to the bottom of it. His way of saying he'll light a fire under both Chad and Walt's booties. Later that night, when my dad got home, my mom got the whole story and told me. While my dad and I were out to lunch, Uncle M got the whole story from the receptionist and Chad's contract was promptly canceled due to unprofessional behavior, and Walt was basically in the doghouse with his immediate supervisor who reports to my dad and Uncle M. From what I understand, he quit the company about 6 months later and had to go into a different field. This story's called "I'm Mistaken for the School Custodian by a Substitute Teacher While Trying to Drop Off Paperwork." So before we get into the story, I will admit that I do work for the school district, but as a paraeducator, not a custodian. A few weeks ago, I had taken a day off work to go to different appointments. My first appointment was early in the morning, and since I had some time around lunch, I went to work for a few minutes to drop off my timesheets to my supervisor. On my way, I walked by the cafeteria to see a substitute teacher shouting at a pair of boys who had started roughhousing and ended up spilling their packed lunch trays all over the hallway. I figured I'd just let them get the scolding. They were troublemakers anyway and could probably use it. Until the substitute turned around and saw me and immediately started yelling at me.
Well, aren't you gonna clean this up?
I, confused as hell, just shrugged. It wasn't my job. I didn't have a radio to call the actual custodian, and I didn't have much time until I accidentally made myself late. That obviously was not the right answer, as she starts demanding why I'm not cleaning it up. And seriously, what was she expecting? For me to just get down on my knees and clean up the pile of spaghetti, pizza, peaches, green beans, and milk with my hands? So I do the only thing I can think of and tell her that it's not my job. That was even worse, as she starts screaming.
Don't you work here?
Yeah, but
then do your job.
It was then that I realized, as a substitute, she's never actually seen the custodian. And she was assuming that since I had a lot of keys that I had to be the custodian. Which, no, I am not. So the substitute keeps shouting at me like she had the students, not letting me talk until the main secretary walks by. And she just flips her dookie. She storms up and starts demanding to know what's going on. When the substitute tries to answer, the secretary shuts her down and asked me why I was here when I had the day off. I told her that I had to come by to drop off my timesheets before my second appointment, and how the substitute had started yelling at me without letting me talk. And boy, was the secretary not happy. She got a radio, called the actual custodian, and sent me off to deliver my timesheets. I found out this morning that the secretary had reprimanded the substitute for her treatment of students and fellow staff. And when the teachers found out, they ended up blacklisting her from subbing in their classrooms. I feel kinda bad, but also not, since I had only met her that one time and she had been awful. Okay, I get this. She mistook the teacher for the custodian. What's really upsetting me here is that she would talk to the custodian like that. I don't know about you guys, but I've only ever met very kind custodians. Like, at least in my school. They're always super friendly, super willing to help you with whatever problem you might come to them with, in my experience at least, and I've made genuine friends with them. Okay, so this is very upsetting because custodians work really hard. Like, you might not think about this, but those disgusting high school bathrooms that have feces smeared on the walls, they have to clean that up. So respect them, be nice to them, not like this evil woman, jeez. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.